She looks mean, she looks rugged, she looks almost military, but she's comfy enough for me to want to spend a weekend on her. This is the XO 10S Plus. I'm Captain Boomies with Boat Test. Let's do a walkthrough. I'm lounging on one of the bow pads, but you can pull these up, and then underneath is a synthetic decking material that looks like teak, but is way easier to maintain. It even feels a little like teak. Inside the anchor locker, we flip up the anchor and launch it this way so that you don't have to worry about it when you're running in rough seas. It's not the kind of thing you want to think about, banging around up here. Instead, we hide her away. These are powder-coated rails that lead me off to the side decks. And while I'm on these side decks, I notice a giant sunroof. It's a little narrow as I creep along here, but what that leads to is more interior space. Up here, I've got a great little tower with spotlight, radar. Stepping down to the aft deck, this is my favorite part because the exposed wood and metal look back here, that it feels like I'm gonna go on some kind of commando adventure. But then, once you're inside, all of a sudden you're sitting on velvety cushions and you've got wood accents that belong somewhere far more elegant, refined. Even the ceiling is velvety in here. I said you could spend a weekend on here, and that means you're gonna need some kind of galley. So here we have a sink and optional stove insert. This space can be converted in a couple different ways. First of all, this table folds out. Now I can fit some more folk. This seat moves and folds back so that you can fit more people at the table, or it folds even further back and this whole thing becomes a bed with a couple of inserts. Just forward of this is an electric day head. Now let's talk about the helm. This helm seat is again more of that nice velvety material, and a little step up gets me into a very springy seat. It's got shock absorption so that if I'm hitting heavy seas, I won't feel a thing. It is adjustable, so depending on the sea state or the weight of the person sitting in this seat, you're gonna make those kind of corrections. She can swivel so that I can be part of the conversation over here at the table. The rest of the helm has all of the things I could possibly need to make this baby work for me. I have twin throttles and a Mercury joystick as well, so I don't have to work very hard when I'm docking this boat. It also includes skyhook, so if I need to be running around doing my own lines and fenders, that's gonna be super helpful. I have a bow thruster that is separate from the skyhook system, auto trim tabs. I even have control of the heat system on board. This vessel also has an air conditioning system included, and that's really impressive for such a small vessel. Over here, I have a remote for my anchor windlass, a remote for my searchlight, radio, all of my fuses, and even a couple more switches, as well as the ability to check out my shore power and battery settings. I really like the type of switches they have for this. That's my starboard wiper. Underneath me is a refrigerator so I can have cold drinks while I'm running. Above me is the sunroof, and the control for it to open it up is right here. That's a nice breeze. I can get even more breeze if I come forward and open this hatch. Nice, right? Just beneath the helm station is this little hanging closet. Zip those up. I can roll this bad boy. And now I can grab whatever's in that bag. So I showed you that this folds down, but even cooler, this slides forward. Careful of the step down though. That's how they managed to get all of this overhead height possible. So nobody's gonna be bumping their head, but they might miss that step on the way down. In the forward V-berth, it's nice and dark and cozy. I'm really glad that they kept the dark interior going in here because I like to sleep in darkness. One thing that they thought of that I really like is if you're gonna spend a weekend on board, you need a place to keep your stuff. And they made it easy on you. Rather than having cushions that you have to pull up and flip and get rid of, they gave you a hang tag to pull up this cushion. And now you have access to storage. Now picture this, you're at anchor and you've had a great night's sleep. Now you want to spend some time up here on the bow. I have a nice little step up. And I'm back on the bow. Over here, fun little reading lights that click on, and I can show you another place that they put one of these lights up here on the helm. They're super flexible and cute. So now let me talk about some of the features that you can't easily see. For example, yes, she's got hot water, she's got cold water, she's got huge battery banks for the size of the boat, and the interior spaces where they've laid down the structure of the hull, they've filled it with all kinds of sound downing. So what that practically means is it's quiet in here, even when you're hitting waves. This boat is powered by twin 250 Mercuries, and that's a lot of power to push this boat around. I've been told she can hit speeds of 48 knots. Pretty good. The original designers of this boat were told that they needed to create a boat that could run in anything so that somebody could get to and from work after a weekend of going cool places on their boat. That meant that they had to build everything really rugged, and I really like the duality of this boat. She's kind of a Jekyll and Hyde. Yes, she's mean, but she's comfortable. This boat in particular has a carbon fiber wrap to add to her aggressive styling, but that's just a wrap. She's an aluminum hull, not carbon fiber. The shell that they put on top of it is fiberglass, and it fills in some more of that sound deadening effect. One of the engineers for this company showed me the actual aluminum plates and the thickness that they use to construct the hull itself and its stringers. He wanted me to stress that it is military grade, and it looks pretty thick to me. If you're gonna be out running through intense waters and you don't necessarily know what kind of chop or what kind of debris might be in them, an aluminum hull makes a lot of sense to me. You're not gonna be beating the boat up while you cruise to these funkier places for the weekend. I enjoy the finer aspects of it, the comfort pieces, and it's in a compact space. They gave you a lot of boat in a small package. I hope you enjoyed exploring this XO 10S Plus with me. I'm Captain Boomies with Boat Test, reminding you life is better on a boat.